Your mind wants abundance, but your body rejects it every single time because your body decides how much income you get to receive and you get to keep. Now, you might have tried mindset tools, visualizing, affirming, but here is the deal. Here is literally all you need to know to understand the attraction and how everything works. And not only that, but how to tune into the frequency of overflow. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to share with you 2 powerful steps where you can reprogram your body to manifest overflow on autopilot. So when we look at law of attraction is not the primary law, it's the secondary law. The real law, the actual law which law of attraction is based on is law of vibration. Everything in this universe is vibrating. It appears to be still, but it's vibrating. And it's vibrating so fast. If you're sitting on a chair, if your body is vibrating, your hand is vibrating. If you look at your hand in the microscope, you'll see it made of atoms which are constantly moving. So everything is vibrating. Now, the key with law of attraction is when 2 things vibrate at the same level, at the same frequency, with the same speed, they are attracted. So if you think of the television, what you do is when you play a channel, you press a button to tune into the frequency of that channel, which is actually in the air. So right now where I'm sitting, there are so many channels playing. Why? I cannot hear them because I'm not tuned into their frequency. So what you really want to do is you don't want to make something happen. You want to tune into the frequency. But it's not just about thinking positive. Or just the key here is that you want to operate on the vibration of what you desire. That means your vibration needs to go through a permanent shift, right? It has to go through a permanent shift based on what you are desiring, matching what you are desiring. So it cannot be that you're sitting in your meditation mat and for 15 minutes you're really in that vibration. But then when you come off and you are getting on with your life and the doubt is creeping up and you're questioning and all those things. So all day long, you're not on that vibration, but your magnet is on all the time. So the key is to have permanent shift in your dominant vibration, which means that you are vibing, you are operating, you are actually vibrating as a person who has already manifested what you desire. So the key here is the key shift is becoming that version of you who has already done it. That means that do you think about money the same way that your abundant version does? Do you think about your business the same way that your millionaire self would do? Do you think about attracting clients the same way? Do you approach attracting clients the same way? Do you go with confidence and sell, or you think, oh, who's gonna buy? Oh, I will attract the same people who can object my prices. That version of you would charge more. But when it comes to you and increasing your prices, you're like, who's going to pay? What if I lose my current client? So vibrationally, you are not in alignment because your vibration dictates how you think, how you feel, how you act, and what you attract. So what we start to do is we start to look at our vibration and see, are we really vibrating on that same level? Are we the match? Because if we are not, then we cannot attract that. Now, the 2 steps that I was talking about, the first and the key step is to look at yourself and say, am I really vibrating? Which means thinking, feeling, and acting, because my vibration is dictating that, and attracting in alignment with that vision of mine. So if you are not charging those prices, if you are doubting, if you are saying, can I help my clients have those results? Or if you're saying, who's going to pay me? Or if you're saying, earning money is really hard. If you're saying, I need to really sacrifice and I don't think I'm capable to do all those things, you are not in alignment. So the way you do it, the greatest thing when it comes to manifestation is your awareness. What is your awareness of yourself? And what is your awareness of your being? Because your being is dictating your vibration. So it's not just your mind, because your mind is thinking abundant thoughts. Your mind is feeling abundant thoughts. But before you know it, the frequency goes off and you're not in alignment. So it's not the mind, it's the body that is controlling, because your body by the age of 35 has memorized every single pattern, thought, experience, feeling with money that you've ever experienced in your life. It has now coded it on autopilot and it doesn't even consult with the mind. It takes the decision on autopilot. When you get up in the morning, you don't think and ask your mind, should I brush my teeth today? Should I have breakfast today? You don't think, you just do it on autopilot. Similarly, when you're taking decisions, how much to charge, how you feel, and your autopilot, autonomous response to things, your reaction is all a result of what the program that is stored in your body, the autopilot program. So the key is to uncovering what it is. And the way you uncover it by looking at, okay, how much income am I attracting? What is my current vibration? If your bank account is showing you the number of your vibration, if you think of your vibration in numbers, right? And your bank account is showing you the current vibration that you're operating at. That's the number of your vibration. And then you say, okay, interesting, this is my vibration. And even when I work hard, maybe I go slightly up, but I keep coming here. So this is my ceiling. This is my number of my vibration. And if you look at it in terms of numbers, right? As I kept going higher and higher in my income, what I realized was that it's just a number of vibration that I'm operating at. We give it meaning that 100,000 is better, the million is better. We are saying, oh, we put those things on pedestal. Actually, it's just a vibration, a number of vibrations. You put a machine in, you check with your body, and your body is vibrating, and that's what your bank account is showing you. So what you really want to look at is, then if my vibration is this number, then what is behind this vibration? So you go one step deeper in the awareness and you look at, okay, how do I feel about money? Write a letter to money and write all the things that you feel about money, all good, all bad, from your childhood, how your experience was, and see, does my relationship and my feelings about money align with my most abundant self, align with my millionaire self, whatever frequency that you want to operate at, whatever vibration that you want to vibrate at. And then you start to say, okay, what are my reactions? So when I think about increasing my price, what do I think? What is the negative thoughts that come in, right? And your negative thoughts are a great awareness to show you your vibration. You can also see, how am I feeling when I'm selling? Do I think nobody's going to buy? Do I think, oh, I know I'm going to be questioned for my prices? Do I think it's not going to be a great month and it's going to be the same month again? Look at your reactions to different things. Look at your reactions to life. Look at your reactions to how you interact with money. Look at your interactions with when you actually open your bank account. Look at your reaction to when you're spending money, when you're swiping your card. All those things at a deeper level are showing you your vibration, what is making up your vibration. And it is the deep awareness. And if you want to go, this is gold, what I'm going to share with you now. If you're going to go really deep and look at your vibration at a body level, what you can start to do is you can start to really connect with yourself and tune into different body parts. Okay, because your body is communicating to you your vibration. What is making up your vibration? It's telling you all the time. But the problem is we're too busy in visualizing and trying and forcing and trying to force ourselves to feel good that we reject what our body is communicating. Our body has got all the wisdom. So the first test, the simple test that you can do with your body is you can say, am I going to make 100,000 this month? What is the first thing your body is going to say? What's the first response? That's your body response. If the response is no, not this month, then that's true for you. So that's the test. Do I believe that I'm rich? No, you don't. So, you can literally unfiltered, the raw response is from your body. And then your mind intervenes and say, oh no, we are rich. Don't think like that. Let's just switch that thought. We are abundant. Let's really force ourselves to vibe at 100K. It's like the mind is intervening, but rejecting what's your truth right now, what's your being, what's your conscious awareness of yourself, because your body is unfolding your identity. And if you want to look at really deep, you can say, what are my different parts of my body telling me? So when I communicate with my clients or when I sell, I feel the tightness in my throat. Right? Let's say you feel the tightness in your throat. That means your body is saying to you, you're not saying what you really want to say. You're hiding behind. So if you were someone like me, I used to hide behind the strategy. I was not taking on the identity of a successful coach. I thought if I find the perfect strategy and it works, then I'll be successful. But I wasn't seeing myself as a successful coach. So every time I would write my script, or I would try to to give a masterclass, I would have so much tightness in my in my throat, and I would overscript it. I would try to make sure I don't get it wrong. I would try to write everything beforehand so that I don't make any mistakes, right? But that's not what a successful coach does. A successful coach is a living, talking embodiment of their work. So they wouldn't be worried about not owning their truth and saying what they really want to say. I was looking at what are the people saying in the market that is actually working. Let me copy them. Let me emulate them. But wasn't saying my own truth. And my truth was that it's all about your identity, how you see yourself. And when I stepped into my truth, I attracted my soul clients. I attracted my dream clients who were waiting for me to step into my truth. And the tightness from my throat was gone. So connecting with your body and seeing where you're feeling the tightness. The tightness in your shoulders means that you don't feel you're supported. You are too in your masculine doing. And even if you're having headache here in your head, that means it's time to stop relying too much on the doing and go and start it visioning, dreaming, changing your beliefs, changing your assumption, tapping into your feminine being energy, which is not dependent on the gender. It's your most powerful and least utilized energy on the planet. That means you start to change your assumptions. Does it have to take this hard? When I started really embodying the belief that attracting money is easy, right? In the beginning, my body said, no, that's not your truth, right? It's very hard. But then I started to really uncover and say, where am I finding that hard? What are my reactions? How am I operating? How am I showing up? What am I feeling about people paying me, right? And I took on the identity that I sell my highest ticket program as cupcakes, as hot cupcakes, right? And I have now started to change even the way I say earning money, because even this word earning is about forcing and trying, and you are like forcing something to happen, right? Earning money is not that. Earning money is the manipulation of energy. That means you have a formless white energy entering your skull. It's going all through your body. That's a formless energy. And you can, with your thoughts, give it a form. And then you can manifest what you want by giving it a form. Now, when you do that and you are impressing a form and image on that formless energy, your body also moves in action if you don't have any identity that is blocking that, right? If you don't have any patterns that is blocking that. So actually it's not fully reliant on your body to earn, to move your hands, to hustle. It's about starting from within, taking that vision, feeling that, and then becoming that version of you and acting in alignment. And that's when you move the energy, you transmute the energy, and it's not fully relying on how much you do to earn, to prove yourself, right? If you feel tightness in your heart or in your chest when you are operating in your business, that means you don't love yourself enough. If you are feeling any thoughts, but you're feeling that sensation in your sacral, just underneath your belly button, that means you don't trust your creative intelligence that you can attract that money. That means you think you will get something wrong. Or maybe in your childhood, when you got the grades, they were not A+, or they were not good grades, and you were always told you're not good enough, or you're doubting yourself. You think, what if I mess it up? What if I cannot do it? And then it shows up in hustling more. You try to control the outcome. You try to do too much, right? And then that shows up in your forehead. That shows up in your shoulders. That shows up in your spine at the back. If you feel pain in your back and sensations in your back, that means you don't feel supported by the universal intelligence. You feel you have to do everything yourself, right? You feel dysregulated. So your body is constantly communicating to you. If you feel a bit of resistance here in your forehead and it's hurting and you're not and you're feeling tightness and you feel tired, that means you're not tapping into your third eye, which is your visualizing, which is your feminine. So your body is telling you where you're not in alignment. And when you really start listening and tapping into the intelligence in your body, it is so easy to uncover. It's so easy to match the frequency, match the vibration as your dominant frequency. Because until you keep doing the mindset work, which is 2% of the actual vibrational alignment, You are just moving the thoughts and vibration temporarily. So I genuinely believe that if there is a coach who even calls themselves a mindset coach and just teaches you mindset, they should be legally telling you that it's temporary, because that's not how you're going to have a permanent shift, right? Now, the second thing, the second way, the second step to actually embody, right, and become a vibrational alignment is you ask yourself, how would that version of me think, feel, and behave? Right? So you don't, once you have uncovered the identity, once you have uncovered the patterns, once you have shifted them, once you have started to see them differently, now you say, how do I behave? How do I think? How do I feel? So not just in the basis of thinking and feeling, that's where you start, but then you do things differently. You make different moves. You show up differently. You start to act in alignment. And if you find yourself not acting in alignment, like I get asked this question, that Anna, what if I still find the resistance? Then I say you haven't shifted your old identity. That's why you're finding resistance, because your body is the terminal of your mind. So if you are implanting a new identity, although when you are uncovering and shifting, it's already ingrained in the body, it's stored in the body. That's why you need to shift by accessing your body. But when you are implanting the new identity, it starts with the mind, right? It starts with the feeling, and then in body, you solidify that, okay? So your body is following the mind. So you cannot just blame yourself for not doing enough. You want to go within and say, do I really see myself that way? Am I really being in alignment? Am I really thinking in alignment? Or maybe you haven't shifted an old identity in your body. You haven't tapped into that. In my programs, I do identity diagnosis method, where we go through your conscious, subconscious, and your body, and we uncover your identity on steroids, like a whole new level. If you are interested in that, in the program, comment, and my team will reach out to you, and we will share with you how you can access that. You can access in all my programs. That method is available in all my programs, because this is the backbone, the crux of what we do. But either it could be that if you're not doing the action, if you find yourself procrastinating, if you're not shifting the way you do things, then either you haven't moved the old identity, you haven't shifted it, or maybe you haven't uncovered it, or you haven't embodied the new identity, because your body is gonna behave in alignment with your identity. It's not as on its own that there's a problem. I'm procrastinating. I need to have 20 million accountability partners. It's more like when you are that person, that version of you, acting like that person, being that person becomes so natural. It's your autopilot thing. In fact, if you ask a very, very successful people, they would tell you, and a lot of them are unconscious competitors, so they don't even know what they're doing. They don't understand the theory behind it, but they would just say, I just do it. Like, it's natural for me. It's how I operate. I'm not even doing anything different. For me, I'm not even working, right? That's why there's a lot of debate in the manifestation space. Some people are like, it's just so easy, it's just so flowy, I don't even have to do anything. I just went in the shower and received 40,000. But that person actually created the offer, created the email, sent the email, and then they went in the shower and they received. So maybe it's easier for them because of the identity. Maybe they have tapped into the ease of that, the natural being, but that it doesn't mean they didn't do anything, right? So when you shift the identity, you do it on autopilot, and you wouldn't even realize what you're doing. You wouldn't even see it as work. It becomes who you are. Like, if you take an example of mothers, right? Motherhood is the hardest job in the world. That's what I believe after having 4 kids. But what mother does is so natural. Like, the moment you have your child, you're taking care of them, you're having sleepless nights, you're doing so much. And actually manifesting your vision is not that hard. You don't have to have sleepless nights. It can be so much easy. It can be all very passively and autopilot and systems and all of that. But why, as mothers, we do all the things? Because it's our identity. It's who we are. There is no strategy. Like, how many courses have you taken to be a mother? Probably none, right? But just do it, because that's who you are. So when you become that, whatever you do becomes autopilot. And then you don't even think about it. It's so autopilot. It's so ingrained. So we want to become a match on autopilot, where it's just who we are. And it happens without us even trying. So I have recorded a really powerful masterclass to show you how you can become an instant match. So if you want to go really deep in these steps and experience them in a very customized way for you, and how it's going to work, and take you through and go through and embody every single step, you don't want to miss this 21-minute income reset masterclass, where I reveal every single step So I've recorded a really powerful masterclass where I take you through my proprietary system, the income set point breaker method of shifting your identity to become an instant match of the income that you desire. It involves these steps as well, but it's the holistic picture of how you do it from A to Z, the exact steps to shift at an identity level, at a body level, to become an instant match of the income frequency that you want to become an instant match of the income frequency that you want to manifest. So access it in the comments below or in the description. It's really powerful. For the first time ever, I'm revealing my whole method, my whole system, and you can access it for now for absolutely free.